Ah, that's new.
Oh, yeah. I think it's safe to say that this one's run its course.
I could have told you that 2 reviews ago.
You could have, but you didn't. Some best friend you are.
You give me some credit. I still help you with these, don't I?
You do. Just as I help you out with your videos.
Which I appreciate.
As you should.
And you should appreciate my help.
I most certainly do.
Good. It's nice to be appreciated.
Good. I want you to feel appreciated.
I'm glad you care about how I feel.
I'm glad you're glad.
I get it.
Shall we?
We shall.
The Pirates of the Caribbean franchise had ended on a good note in 2007 with its 3rd installment, At World's End. At least in my opinion it was a good note. But its ability to attract general audience dollars was too strong for its own good. So Disney invested another $50 million to get Johnny Depp to come back and make a 4th one. And in May of 2017 we're going to see the release of a 5th installment, 6 years after the release of this one.
One might hope this would be a strong movie because it has a stronger source material than just a Disney ride. On Stranger Tides is a book written by Tim Powers, which Disney purchased the rights to so that they could adapt it into a Jack Sparrow adventure. To fans of the book, my condolences if you feel like they turned this story into Jack Sparrow fanfiction.
This is Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Tides. We open on a fishing boat, the catch of the night being an unconscious man, at least for a moment.
The Fountain of Youth.
Shortly after, we cut to jolly good London, where the townsfolk are eagerly celebrating an event.
Hurry, Papa, or we're missing the hanging.
It's not a hanging, dear, it's a trial. The hanging comes this afternoon.
Either this town is very patriotic about delivering justice upon people, or it's very boring.
And guess who's on trial?
Move along, pirate! Should I say Captain Pirate?
That's right. None other than the ever-familiar
Captain Jack Sparrow!
I told you! The name's Gibbs! Joshua Gibbs!
Joshua?
First Barbosa, now Gibbs. Anyone else with a secret first name they would like to share?
And on the subject of bringing back old jokes,
The Right Honourable Justice Smith!
Now, what do we have here? Prisoner claims of being innocent to being Jack Sparrow. How do you find?
Guilty verdict means he'll hang. Guilty?
That's not fair!
This is the most un-American display of the justice system I've ever seen.
you do realize they're in Great Britain, right?
Un-American.
The crime of which you've been found guilty of is being innocent of being Jack Sparrow.
The hell kind of a crime is that? I guess it doesn't matter, since this whole thing is a setup to reunite Jack and Gibbs.
I've paid off the driver. 10 minutes, we'll be outside London town, horses wait.
Then I hear a rumour. Jack Sparrow's in London with a ship and looking for a crew. Pub called the Captain's Daughter.
There is another Jack Sparrow out there sullying my good name.
An imposter.
Impossible. How can one hope to mimic the incredibly unique Captain Jack Sparrow?
No, impossible indeed, my friend. You'd be a fool to even try.
Last I heard, you were hell-bent to find the Fountain of Youth.
A common complaint of the third movie was that the plot got a bit messy. So it's nice to see this film go for a pretty simple endgame. The paid-off driver gets paid even more by the British, and they capture Jack, bringing him to their king.
I'm Jack Sparrow, the one and only, and I am in London.
To procure a crew, to undertake a voyage to the Fountain. Will someone please remove these infernal chains?
Richard Griffiths, I liked you in Harry Potter, but here?
I will not have some melancholy Spanish monarch, a Catholic, gain get eternal life!
You are one ridiculously hemi caricature of a king.
I hear ya. Exaggerated caricatures are the worst. The British want to beat the Spanish to the Fountain of Youth, so they try to enlist Jack to guide an expedition, which will be captained by...
Afternoon, sire.
Barbossa? Hang on, I need time to process this.
Pirate, nay, privateer.
What has become of my beloved Pearl?
I lost the pearl as I lost my leg. I defended her mightily enough, but she be sunk. Jack, our sands be all but run. Where's the harm in joining the winning side?
Processing complete. Now for my rebuttal.
Better were the days when mastery of seas came not from bargains struck with eldritch creatures, but from the sweat of a man's brow and the strength of his back alone. You all know this to be true.
He spent the last movie fighting for the freedom of all pirates, and now he's... this? The writers from the first 3 movies wrote this one too. You'd think they'd be able to give this character proper respect. But hey, at least he's got a peg leg. Admittedly, I do think this is a first for this franchise, so... that's kinda nice.
Jack escapes in a way that only he can. The chase continues under very illogical circumstances. These guys keep walking, the carriage keeps going. At this point, we left a gray area of suspension of disbelief and gone to full absurdity. But as luck would have it, the chase ends where the foreshadowing told us it would. The captain's daughter.
Awesome, we're right on track. Track! I meant track!
Hello, Jackie.
Hello, Dad.
After getting some exposition from this Keith Richards cameo,
there'll be items required for the profane ritual. 2 chalices from the Ponce de Leon ship. You'll need both.
Jack finds his impersonator. And contrary to what we said earlier, they've obviously done their research.
You've stolen me, and I'm here to take myself back. Only one person alive knows that move.
Well, you know they say to love another, you have to first love yourself.
But this is still going a bit far, even for Jack.
Hello, Angelica.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, someone he has a history with. Not what I meant.
Don't worry, Jack. I forgave you a long time ago.
Good to know. That means no pointless drama to slow things down.
You seduced me and you used me. I was ready to take my vows.
Are the screenwriters ignoring the implications of what they just wrote?
Why shouldn't they? They've already established that they're ignoring the last movie entirely. The pair escape further attack via a conveniently placed trapdoor. Then, Angelica drops some exposition.
You are, of course, aware of the ritual. What is required?
A mermaid, Jack.
Before the writers hastily cut Jack's screen time short, at least for a bit. During Jack's nap, we get Gibbs securing his presence in the rest of the movie.
I had just enough time to study those infernal circles. Every route, every destination, all safe in here. Welcome back to His Majesty's Navy, Master Gibbs.
And then we're back to Jack.
I'll be right honoured to welcome you aboard our well-renowned vessel of infamy, Queen Anne's Revenge.
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard? Damn. They're pulling historical pirates out for this one. Things are getting real.
He's a curious one.
He's been zombified.
Eh?
Blackbeard's doing. All the officers are the same. Makes them more compliant.
Well, that feeling was nice while it lasted. Zombified? Really? That should just be the layman's term. The movie using it legitimately just sounds lazy.
Steady as she goes.
Jack is curious to know how Angelica got to be Blackbeard's first mate.
He will listen to me.
He listens to no one.
Maybe to his own daughter.
You bought that?
I sold that.
This just got interesting.
The prophecy is this. Blackbeard will meet his death within a fortnight at the hands of a one-legged man. That's why he needs the fountain, Jack.
Why a prophecy? Couldn't he have heard it from a fortune teller? Those exist in this world. One was a character in the last 2 movies. But hey, far be it from the writers to draw from the existing resources of a world they helped to create.
Back with the British, Gibbs uses his knowledge to guide the expedition.
Be we on the proper course, Gibbs?
Aye, it be proper. There's your proof.
The Spaniard.
Sir.
The fountain is the prize. It appears we be not even worth the time it'd take to sink us. And now we've fallen behind. All hands make more sail!
Oh man. I mean, if they were so nonchalant, couldn't you have taken the upper hand in that battle?
Well, the Spanish did have 3 ships. They can't really beat those odds even if they do cripple one of the ships.
Not with that attitude. Back on the Revenge, Jack speaks to his crewmates.
The topic, gentlemen, is mutiny.
What? Okay, I get that Jack's a pirate, but having been mutinied upon himself, I feel like he would take that personally enough to the point that he wouldn't actually engage in it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yep.
Shut up.
Blackbeard stays to his cabin. No one sailed with him. No one's seen him. Good news, gentlemen. This is not Blackbeard's ship.
And now they're victims of a possible scam. What say you to that?
I say take the ship.
We take the ship then! Now!
I thought I should give you fair warning. We're taking the ship. The ship is ours!
But it turns out it's not a scam, as Blackbeard himself comes out from his cabin.
Men before the mast, taking the ship for themselves. Would be that, first mate.
Mutiny!
Aye. And what fate befalls mutineers? Now we know the answer to that, do we not? Mutineers.
I get that he has to be the pirate all pirates fear for a reason, but are they ever going to explain how he can do that?
Probably not. Seeing how this franchise has gone, magic is just everywhere. Blackbeard is prevented from committing 2 murders by Angelica.
Remember, Father, we need him.
If I don't kill a man every now and then, they forget who I am.
Your crew sees you for the miscreant you are. A coward, no matter how many you slay.
I might have to kill you too, catechist.
No!
Then he just blames the guy who stood watch, and 3rd time's the charm.
Despite not knowing or caring much about that character, Ian McShane sells Blackbeard's cold attitude pretty well in his performance.
Kindness and compassion are shown to those in need.
Perhaps you should pray for him to be unharmed, yeah?
Please, there's still hope.
Again!
Jack gains an audience with Blackbeard, learning a few things in the process.
Beheaded, they say. Still, your body swam 3 times round your ship and climbed back on board. And here you are, running scared.
The quartermaster sees things before they happen. He has foreseen my death, and so the fates have spoken.
Also, there was a fortune teller. Maybe I should apologize to the writers. We're kind of being harsh. Wait a minute. It's one of the zombies? Why does one of the zombies have fortune-telling powers?
Good job, writers. Answer one question, raise more. At least it answers the one about Blackbeard's powers next, if only to say it's voodoo.
If I do not make it to the fountain in time, neither will you.
Having been given the right leverage, Jack agrees to help them find the Fountain of Youth. He rendezvous with Angelica, who tells him of the fountain's profane ritual.
Water from the Fountain of Youth. The shimmering tear of a mermaid. The silver chalices of Ponce de Leon. With these items, you may take all the years of life from another, Jack. The ritual requires a victim.
As well as the reward he will gain for helping them.
The black pearl in the bottle? Why is the black pearl in the bottle?
I need years, Jack. Not for me. For my father.
So she really is Blackbeard's daughter.
You lied to me by telling me the truth?
Yes.
Huh. The crew arrives at Whitecap Bay and goes hunting for mermaids. So in short, this movie portrays mermaids as sirens. And I like it. But in a twist of irony, it is the upstanding cleric with no ill intent who ends up getting a mermaid.
Well done, sailor.
Barbossa's crew is not far behind, using Blackbeard's trail. At least some of them are.
They be dead already.
They don't sound dead.
Oh, is that so? Well, I hear nothing but seagulls nesting.
Blackbeard's crew encounter some difficulty transporting the mermaid. They grow legs when out of water? Dang, Ariel got ripped off.
Jack's compass points them towards Ponce de Leon's ship. The short route requires Jack to make a precarious jump. Naturally, he is hesitant to do so. So, Blackbeard throws his version of a tantrum.
You will go. You will return. Or I will kill her.
You won't kill your own daughter. Quartermaster, give me 6 more pistols, remove the shot from all but 2, but do not tell me which 2. You get to choose, Mr. Sparrow.
See, there you go, movie. You're learning. We've spent time with Angelica, so there's a greater chance that we'll care about her safety. But you might ask, is Blackbeard lying?
Not even loaded.
Oh. He's not.
If I jump, will I survive?
Badal. Now you will survive.
The cleric, continuing his solitary trend of being a good person, keeps the mermaid comfortable and in good company.
Surely you're one of God's own creations. You attacked me.
Oh. You are different.
You pushed me down out of the way.
I know Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley did not want to come back for this one, but it's not doing any good that their replacements are half as interesting.
Bring the creature, cover its head.
She has a name!
Pray tell.
She's Serena.
But that's not my name, it's...
Don't talk, Serena. I've got this. Jack finds Ponce de Leon's ship, but Barbossa is waiting for him.
Silver chalices from a royal liege.
Oh, please.
Back! We have to balance it out! The whole ship will slide.
When they realize the chalices are gone, they head to the Spanish campsite together.
Your sword smells funny. Aye, poison from the innards of poisonous toads. Just a scratch, you're a dead man in minutes.
Would you mind pointing it the other way?
And just like that, this movie has become a buddy cop movie with pirates.
I said in the Pirates 3 review, they would make a great team, but they just keep ruining it.
Bloody pirates.
Blackbeard ties up Serena next to the corpses of the other mermaids harvested for their tears, and tries to coax a tear from Serena.
Dry in the sun, only half in the water. Not enough to live, but just enough to make the dying slow. Bring forth a tear, or witness the death of this poor soul. Quartermaster.
I'd like to remind you that people take their kids to these movies.
Back at the less morbid part of the movie, Jack and Barbossa swipe the chalices, but are captured after a brief fight. Kept alive for whatever reason, Jack begins to think there's more to Barbossa's actions than what it seems.
You weren't there that night.
Well, the pearl was lost.
Taken, not lost. The Riggin had come to life. Our own ship turned against us and wrapped it around my leg. But my arms were free and my sword was to hand. So I did what needed done.
You're not after the fountain.
That give me left arm for chance of Blackbeard.
Well, I didn't think I would be saying this, but I fully forgive the movie for putting Barbossa in the British camp. His drive for revenge and how he's using his post to get it are just more reasons why he's the best legitimate pirate in this franchise.
Serena is withering away, but she is once again rescued by the cleric.
Philip, you're alive.
Philip?
Philip?
I asked for all secret first names in the beginning of the movie.
He wasn't in the beginning of the movie.
Fine.
Susan, on my word, I had no part in this. Let her go, you don't need her now.
Secure her bonds. We leave her with her own.
After a brief scuffle with the Spanish, Jack retrieves the chalices and negotiates a few pointers with Blackbeard.
I will be having the compass back. You must let him go free.
Is that it?
I think so. This will lead you to freedom, mate.
Kudos to any of you who know what that means. At last, the crew finds an area with strange properties that obviously designate the Fountain of Youth to be nearby.
Aqua de vida.
Nice entrance. One that is taken by another crew.
I hereby place you in the custody of the court and declare you to be my prisoner. Kill them all!
Hang on a minute! You will fight against them. They will fight against you, all on account of him wanting to kill him. Let them fight each other. Or we lay back, watch, have a drink, play some wagers. Hey!
Movie, if you're gonna stop everything to make a jab at yourself, you should at least do something with it. The fact that you didn't makes this a pointless interlude.
Well, if everyone following the two captains actually said, forget this and let them go one-on-one, I would say they're hardly worth a damn as crewmen. After a massive brawl where the chalices in Mermaid Tier are tossed around a lot, the Spanish finally arrive as well. Odd, considering they were 2 steps ahead the rest of the movie.
Only God can grant eternal life, not this pagan water.
Two things. 1. Wouldn't God have created the fountain? 2. Your government sent a small fleet of ships to find the Fountain of Youth because they wanted to smash it? A government is wisest when it recognizes a power too great for anyone to possess. Okay, that's 3 clips in one video from you. I think you've solidified your comeback. I mean, you can go now. I can. Because I choose to. Because I live in a free country. Because I have freedom.
We get it, you're American. Would you just go already?
America!
Barbossa strikes down Blackbeard with his poison-tipped sword. Angelica inadvertently gets cut as well, leaving it up to Jack to save them.
Do not waste my tear.
This one has the tear and gives life.
Aye, hurry.
Oh my frick...
Well, that solidifies it. This portrayal is on point. Blackbeard is 100% scum. So I don't even feel a little bad for this.
It might have been the other way around.
Also saved from a near-fatal wound is Philip, who is rescued by Serena.
Forgive me.
That's an odd way to show your appreciation. Oh, wait.
I heard it said a kiss from a mermaid protects a sailor from drowning.
Ah, good one, movie. Now that I know that he lives, I can't wait to see him in the sequel.
A familiar scene plays out as Jack aims to leave Angelica on an island and then get the hell out of there.
Treasure! There is a chest with jewels! Jewels with the power to rule the wind and tide!
You're making that up!
Is he talking to her or the screenwriters? Honestly, it sounds like they didn't know how to close out her character arc, so they're throwing in all this stuff with half-hearted desperation. Just as well that this is how it turns out.
I gotta go. Missed!
With Blackbeard's sword in hand, Barbossa commandeers the Queen Anne's revenge and even gets his old hat back.
Make way for Tortuga!
It almost seems wrong that I'm rooting for a return to complete immorality, but I gotta say, it's a beautiful thing to behold.
Jack goes back, finding Gibbs in the place he knew the compass would lead him.
Feast your eyes. Seemed ashamed to leave an entire fleet behind.
So does that mean Jack's gonna have an armada in the next movie?
I hope they group up with the Queen Anne's Revenge too, provided he and Barbossa can stop betraying one another.
Bloody pirates!
The film ends with a good line about the lesson Jack learned on this journey.
Better to not know which moment may be your last. Every morsel of your entire being alive to the infinite mystery of it all. I have no say in it, Gibbs. It's a pirate's life for me. Savvy?
Oh goody, another thing that probably won't make it into the sequel.
So that was Pirates of the Caribbean 4, On Stranger Tides. Referring to both my first viewing and subsequent viewings, I definitely liked it more than I thought I would. My favorite aspect was continuing to follow the characters that I liked from previous movies, even if most of the Black Pearl's crew was missing in action. Blackbeard's appearance gave representation to historical piracy. This film's portrayal of mermaids was pretty cool. The Fountain of Youth served as a tantalizing plot point, and the banter between characters was pretty great. However, this movie was a bit light on action, featured a decent but not great love interest, and probably a little too much Jack Sparrow for its own good.
Despite this movie's questionable execution, this movie isn't bad. Lackluster is a better word for it. And that's mostly because it has to follow the second and third movies, which had Davy Jones, the Kraken, and pirates worldwide joining forces as they faced extermination. But they also populated their universe with a lot of fun characters who each filled a particular role very well, had decently engaging story arcs, and great chemistry with each other. In short, the previous movies were a tough act to follow. And to follow them with something that's just serviceable shows that the third movie is a really good place to let it end.
The fifth film has a new writer and new directors who aim to take the series back to its roots, so I'm still hoping this franchise can pull off another good pirate adventure or two before calling it quits on a high note. That is, if anyone cares enough about the Pirates franchise to continue watching it, but that's for the future to decide. Here in the present, this fourth installment has some plot holes that require my attention.
Why didn't Blackbeard make himself immortal by using his voodoo to zombify himself?
I've heard a lot of people ask that question, and I've been waiting to answer this one for a long time.
Edward Teach, the pirate all pirates fear. Resurrector of the dead in his spare time.
Blackbeard is the one with the power to zombify. To zombify someone, that someone has to be dead. The person who has the power cannot be dead. Ergo, a deceased Blackbeard would not be able to zombify himself.
Given Blackbeard's state of being, why would he be so afraid of death?
Blackbeard was supposedly beheaded, but survived. Based on that account, I feel like he should be existing either in relative immortality or in a fragile state between life and death. Either route would have provided clarity and given Blackbeard higher stakes to motivate him towards the Fountain of Youth. See you for the anniversary review, man.
You too. I'll bring Tim.
Fantastic. I love a good reunion.